I'm doing a quick check-in because it's been 150,000 years since I filmed a vlog or we did an actual podcast. But still a lot of making happening, still a lot of life happening too, because it's just the way that it goes. I will quickly go through my finished objects that are sitting next to me, and hopefully we won't get interrupted by tiny people a million times. My first one is my ranunculus, which I'm wearing, which, as you can see, it's very oversized and cozy. Look at that. I wanted it to be drapey and soft and like cozy around my neck. So I did a turtleneck, and then I think I did do one extra one of these because the gauge is different on this than what the pattern calls for. So I did an extra like stitch pattern to kind of like lengthen the yoke, and then I did like a lot of raglan increases to make it not so tight under my arm. And this yarn is Rhinebeck purchase. It's I'll have to put the link below and the information below, which on my last vlog I didn't do that. I have to do that still. All the information for both of these will be in the description box. Yeah. So this is DK yarn, and it's kind of like a boxy fit, sweatshirty, comfy, cozy, but I have to really be careful because the gauge is loose, so it catches on a lot of things. So, but other than that, I loved knitting it. I knit it so quick. I think I used size 9 needles, which is smaller than what's called for, but you know, I wanted it to be what I wanted, and I love it. So next up is something I did show before, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen all of these. This is the Grid Gambit cowl. Finally finished it. It is so nice. I used a skein of handspun that was a part of the handspun exchange that went on during the cowl, the knit along. Yeah, I couldn't say any more good things about this handspun. It was beautiful to work with. It was well made. It was well spun. Perfect for this project. It was chain plied, so the color shifts were it kind of gradiated along the skein. So the main color that I chose is a skein of Harrisville Nightshades in like the teal, the dark teal, one of the bluish colorways. They're all really dark black-ish with hints of different shades. You can choose whichever you want. I'll link that below because the yarn is great. Like, it's non-superwash, Cormo, amazing, blocks like so nicely. It's next to skin for me, but it's not merino for sure. This knit, I already have yarn lined up for another one. I could knit one of these in a week. Like, it really is addictive. Mosaic knitting, if you've never tried it, here's your sign. It's so enjoyable. It's one strand of yarn at a time. It's not like color work where you're holding multiple strands. I highly recommend it. Grid Gambit Cowl. I am hoping she comes out with a sweater because I'll be on that. The next FO that I have is crazy because I'm not a sock knitter at all. But here's a pair of socks that I finally finished after a year-ish. Yeah. Very, I guess it's not going to focus if I'm in the... Anyway, the yarn I love. I love a like grungy green and like a, I don't know, the base looks like it's kind of like a grayish with lots of purple and like ochre and yellow and black and gray. I don't know. I'm really into this. It's like a dirty spring color. That sounds weird, but okay. That's just what I think. Anyway, this yarn is Cornbread and Honey, I think is the dyer's name. Not sure about the colorway. I'll have to put that below. But the pattern is a self-drafted vanilla sock pattern that just fits my feet. It's a slip stitch heel and gusset. 1x1 ribbing at the top. I start out at 72 and then I decrease every so often down the leg because I have really large calves. So like if I want to knit a longer pair of socks, I need to have the circumference be a little bit bigger at the top and then kind of cinch in, and I end up at 60 stitches for my, like towards the ankle right before you start the heel and for the foot. And honestly I could probably go down to 56 for the foot, but that's an experiment for another day. But anyway, pair of socks. I've been wearing them. Yeah, it's starting to get warmer, so not so much with the hand knit socks, but anyway, this you've seen, excuse me, or I've shown before. This is my son's sweater. It's a, I use the recipe for Tin Can Knits, Strange Brew sweater, like the counts for DK, for a toddler size 4, I think. But this snowflake pattern is from the Holiday Doodle Cow, by Pacific Knitwear, something like that. She does all the doodle decks and stuff. Yeah, I wanted snowflakes, but I wasn't a big fan of the snowflake that they had. It's like a traditional looking snowflake. It was like a Nordic inspired snowflakes, but I loved this one. I don't know. The other one looks more feminine to me, but whatever. So I really love this like arrow, like wreath looking motif, whatever you want to call it. When I knit my Soldotna, I really I love the look of that. So I wanted to have that in here too. And it kind of, I don't know, it goes. For some reason, it's kind of seasonal looking. But yeah, I mean, it's great. I love it. Recommend either of those patterns. The motifs are easy to follow. The main color is Fiber for the People. they're DK. I don't know. I don't remember. I think the colorway is called Endor. Dark green, really pretty for like a Christmassy fall sweater. But as you can see, he's been wearing it. It is pilled, and it's got grass and dead grass, and you know, rolling it in the ground and all that fun stuff. Close up. Anyway, my last FO for my knits is my second golden hour shawl. Huge, so cozy. I am in love with it. The pinkish color is actually hand spun, held with mohair. You can see that halo. It was a nest fiber colorway, but I'm unsure of the name. It's got merino and silk and rose fiber. I don't know. It's really nice. It's really good for a shawl. Like the silk and stuff in there is perfect. The dark grayish purple is La Bien Aimée. They're Corey. No, not Corey. Wensley worsted. The best color in the world, in my opinion, this aqua color, like this like grayish aqua. It's very, I don't know, it's not showing up as aqua on my phone, but yeah, oh my god, this color, I could knit with this color for the rest of my life and be totally fine. Distal Fink fibers. Don't remember the colorway. Actually, if I'm lucky, I have it right here. Aha! It's gonna be backwards, people. Distal Fink fiber. The colorway is Sage. It's worsted. It's 100% merino. I love it. Anyway, this was my second one. My first one I knit. I gifted it to someone because I wasn't really into the colors that I put together. It was a really early knit before I kind of knew what I liked and what I thought my color theme is, what I think it is. So I gifted it to someone and she loves it, so that's good. Okay, so next we have some finished yarn. If you've seen my Instagram, you've seen this yarn because I posted a reel about it, a couple of posts about it. So this yarn was a huge experiment. It was bought on a D-stash, the fiber. Let's see, can you see? It's so glowy and pretty. It's the person I bought it from says it's merino. I'm not sure about that. Merino and bamboo are the like lighter, shinier parts that you may or may not be able to see in there. I do believe the bamboo is true. That's definitely, it's some kind of plant fiber. Anyway, it was very cheap, and it came to me and I have it here actually in a huge bag. And here's what the fiber looked like initially. So it's pretty, I mean, you can see the bamboo, what have you, whatever the mystery fiber is. The wool portion of it is very, I don't want to say it's felted because it's not, but it's just, it's hard to draft. So I thought I would try to blend it on a blending board to kind of open it up, fluff it up, make it a little bit easier to draft, which I think it is a little bit easier. I still wouldn't say that it's merino, and it was obviously dyed by someone who doesn't have a lot of experience dyeing fiber, which I don't have a lot of experience dyeing fiber either. So, but I just know from all the hand dyed fiber that I have purchased and spun, this either had too much dye or too much citric acid, or it was cooked at a higher temperature. I don't know. But anyway, I bought a blending board. This is just from Amazon, nothing crazy. It came with a brush and 2 dowels, which one fell on the floor. And so I made Rolags. This was like my first time trying to make Rolags. And I mean, they turned out pretty good. I mean, when I spun them, they spun it nicely. So, I mean, I have a lot more fiber to get through. So I'm just going to be making these Rolags and spinning from the Rolags. Yeah, it's kind of long term. I'm not going to be selling this yarn because I have no idea what is the true fiber content. I mean, I guess I could list it and, you know, but I really wouldn't feel comfortable not knowing exactly what it is. But for my own use, it's fine. Like, I can feel that it's wool. You know, it's beautiful. I love the color. I don't know what I would knit out of it. Maybe a t-shirt. I don't know. But I have a ton of it, so I better do something. Okay. I don't know if I showed this last time, but I love it so much that I have to share it. This was the, this was the Cormo and Rambouillet silk from Lavender Loon. She put up a couple of braids of fiber, and I had the Cormo on hand. That was just a undyed braid of Cormo from Mountain Meadow Wool, and I did 1 ply the Rambouillet silk and 1 ply Cormo. This is insane. This feels so light. Like, this skein is about 450 yards, and it's 100 grams. I mean, it's about a skein of finger weight, but look at all that air. I love it. I love it so much. It's insanely squishy and beautiful. I want to knit with this right now. Right now. I don't know what I would do with it though. It's about a sport TK. It's definitely thick and thin, but I would call it mostly a sport. So, if you have any ideas, let me know. I was thinking some kind of shawl. I just want this like right here at all times. That's what it feels like. I love it. It's my favorite thing ever right now, and I visit it often in my yarn room. Pause. Okay, so that's all my FOs. No, it's not. This is a gift knit. I'm gonna hope that the person that's receiving this isn't gonna watch this, but I made a baby bonnet. It's the Beloved Bonnet by Tin Can Knits. And the yarn is so pretty. The speckles, I can't. I'm obsessed with it. Anyway, it's so cute. I knit the newborn size, and I have also started some baby socks with the same yarn. I'm just gonna do white on the top and maybe the toe, maybe the heel. I don't have that much yarn left, so I'm like thinking that will help like stretch it out because I want it to match the bonnet. But anyway, that's it for my FOs. I have a few new cast-ons and put in a lot of work on some whips. This you have seen, but I have split for the sleeves and a lot of stitches just came off my needle. Anyway, love when that happens. I have to put them back on. I can't. Hold on. Stitch stoppers, ladies and gentlemen. Stitch stoppers. Use them. Anyway, here is the front. It is gigantic and stripy and scrappy. And it's meant to be gigantic. It's the Boxy by Joji Locatelli. And I'm knitting the back right now. And the yarn that I'm using to knit this is my Homespun House Patreon minis. Words are happening. Patreon minis. I was gonna do a blanket, and I still might after this is done, but I'm not a blanket knitter. I'm not a sock knitter. I'm not a blanket knitter. I am a garment knitter. I'm finding out. I've cast on 2 blankets, and I have zero desire to work on them. I just don't. I don't know. I can't show a blanket, really. But I don't know. Maybe it's for another time. But I was like, what am I going to do with these minis if I'm not going to knit a blanket? Well, this is basically a blanket that I will be wearing. And yeah, it's scrappy. There's no like rhyme or reason. Maybe there is a little bit of rhyme or reason, but I love it. I love the yarn. It's perfect for this. I knit it on a needle that was one size bigger than suggested. And I did that because it seems to me that this fingering weight yarn, Molly from a Homespun House, her base for fingering for just her 75/25 stock yarn, it seems like more plump to me, which, yes, we love. I love. But I thought I could get away with just picking the smallest size for this project and using one needle size up. And I love the fabric. It's pretty, I mean, I didn't check gauge or anything like that. Yeah, I figured I'll just wing it. I don't know. It's a lot of knitting to do that, but well, I'm going to, yeah, hopefully be done with this actually fairly soon. I don't think the sleeves will take long at all. It'll be just like knitting socks, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I have really been enjoying it. And it's all about the stripes. I mean, it's a lot of knitting, but I wanted to see what color was going to come next. That's what got me through. Like, I don't know how many of you watching have ever knit a boxy, but holy cow, it's 16 inches for the body, fingering weight yarn, on and on, forever. And I think there's a little over like 360, 80 stitches for the circumference of it. So, that's a blanket. So, anyway, that's coming along. I love this yarn, like I said, so it's not a slog. It's very enjoyable. Okay. Let's continue on the Homespun House training. And show you another pair of socks. When will they be done? Who the hell knows? But I loved this yarn, so I had to, as soon as I cast off those socks, I'm like, yeah, I can cast on another pair of socks, that's fine. They were barely started, but love this colorway. Let's see. Show you the cake. You can't really tell, but it was one of her Happy Birthday Harry Potter, Luna Lovegood. So I'm using that, and for the contrasting mini skein, I'm using what came with it. I don't think there's a name for it, but I think for the heel or the toe, I'm gonna use this, which was a Patreon mini, and I think it goes really good with this. So, yay, more socks. And I have a DPN cover because I like DPNs. If I'm not knitting like a colorwork sock, DPNs. I don't know why. I've done Magic Loop. It's just not, I don't know. For some reason, I like the feel of having a longer needle. Let's see, what else? I have a gift knit here, and if I want to show it, but maybe I will, just because I don't think the recipient's going to watch this. But if you do, yeah, oh well. But here is a flax, a baby flax. I did do the garter on the sleeves. Look how cute. Of course it's like, you know, flipping up because blocking hasn't happened. I'm working on the second sleeve now. I hope to be finished with this today. I like knitting gifts, but like halfway through that process, I'm like, oh no, my whips, I can't work on them. And then I feel bad, but it's all good. This will be done today. It's taken no time at all. And I have to say that I used the Tin Can Knits app to make this and the bonnet and the socks. And holy cow, if you're a beginning knitter, get this app. It has everything there. It has complete explanations on techniques. It'll link you directly to a video if you come across a technique in a pattern that you've never done before. You can organize your whips. You can give them all names. You can choose your own yarn weight. There's so many different like options for that for each of their patterns. You can, you know, yeah. What else would I wanted to say about that? Oh, it shows just your size, like the size that you're knitting. You don't have to like every time you look at a pattern, like, okay, like I know we use highlighters and stuff, but like, oh my gosh, like this is, and you can take it with you. It's on your phone. It's on your iPad. It's so handy. Yeah, I highly recommend that for not just beginners, anybody. It's so organizational. I love that. Yeah, because I would have to take 100 years to go through all my stash and all my whips and all my stuff to put it all on Ravelry and have it be organized that way. I don't have that kind of time to sit in front of a computer to do that because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 kids. We go all the time. So being able to just like be like, okay, I have this yarn. I want to knit this. Plug and play. And that's it. It's right there. And you have it. Very useful. Very useful. So yeah, that's the flax. And I'm holding double fingering weight. It is spun right round. Classic sock. The colorway is In the Pines. And I love it. I think it's perfect for a baby boy or a baby girl. Who cares? I know that I did show... Did I? I don't remember. It's been so long. I really do apologize for the like 3 or 4 of you that watch these our podcast. Like, life is just life, and we can't get it together. So it is what it is. Oh, you can really see the hand spun in there pretty well, kind of. I don't know. It's very low contrast, so this is a sleeve for my husband's Spice cardigan by Andrew Mowry. I'm using my hand spun along with Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the colorway Pumice. Focus. Yeah, this yarn is, oh, it's so good. I don't know. I'm a first timer to this yarn base, and yeah, I actually, after I started knitting this and I did my swatch and everything, I immediately bought more of it for a sweater for myself, because holy cow, this squish on this is like nothing you've ever felt. I know this, I'm like late to the party, but if you ever want to knit, this is worsted, I believe. Something worsted, really light. It's woolen spun, so it's, yeah, super light, warm, very warm. Anyway, this and my hand spun. This is a 3-ply. I used 3 different braids to make each ply, so not necessarily any kind of special way that I spun them. I know there are people that are like, fractal, this, that, the other. I don't think I did anything like that. I just made a 3-ply because I know that I can get a worsted with my 3-ply. So yeah, that is that, and I actually am doing it. I'm not actively knitting it right now because of the gift knits that I'm doing, and also I really want to finish the boxy before like spring gets here. Like, I know it's spring, but it's still kind of chilly, so good for knits. I did cast on something new after I cast off the Golden Hour shawl. I told myself that I would finish my I don't even know if I've shown it. Sorry for all the cuts. My son's potty alarm keeps going off and I keep swiping it, which snoozes the alarm, and it keeps coming back, so you know. Anyway, I cast on, wait, I was saying that I wanted to make myself finish another shawl that I have going, and I'm not sure that I showed this, and it's not within my reach right here, and I don't want to turn this off again, so I'll put a picture of it right there. It's the Honey, I Shrunk the Stash shawl by Knit Graffiti, and I love it, but I don't know. I just want to knit with my hand spun. That was the thing. Okay, I couldn't help it, so I cast on an Attune shawl. And yeah, you can see this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So I'm using 2 skeins of hand spun, one's light, one's dark. Here's the lighter one. That's better. I'll also put a picture of it in the skein, finished, like a prettier picture. This is wild because this is a 3-ply fingering weight yarn. Like, I don't think I could ever make this again. I don't know how my fingers drafted that thin of a single. I don't know if it's the fiber. This is just Polworth from Inglenook. I don't think I could ever. I don't know. I just don't normally. I don't normally spin like that, but there it is. And here is the contrast. this I showed before. This was the one that I dyed and spun up recently. It's like a brownie, burgundy red, like taupe, mauve, all the things. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's going pretty good. Definitely learned a new stitch with the half fisherman's rib or fisherman's rib, whatever this is. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm that big of a fan of it being two colored, but I mean, it's an easy stitch to do. I could definitely do a sweater in this, but yeah, I don't know. I think it will be a gorgeous, like neutral shawl, hand spun squishy shawl. Oh my gosh. If you've never knit with hand spun, I'm telling you, this is the time. Like, do it now. If you have a skein, if you're a spinner, if you can get hand spun, if you can learn to spin, which you can, anybody can do it, buy a drop spindle. They're $20. That's how I learned. And yeah, just go for it. It's so enjoyable to be able to make yarn and then knit with that yarn that you made. Guys, girls, whoever, people, humans, you have to try it. There's nothing like it. And I yell at Haley all the time because I gave her a really, really gorgeous skein of hand spun. And I'm like, just cast it on. You will ignore everything else. Any other whips that are giving you crap, put them down and cast this yarn on. You will not regret it ever. It is so nice. Anyway, that's all I got. I do have a spin in progress that is going to be a long going spin. It's for another traveler. I knit a traveler last year and I love it, love it, love it so much that I want to knit one totally out of hand spun. Yeah, so the first singles are done. 1 braid down, 3 to go. But I have to get through these gift knits and I have to get through some of my whips before I focus on that. Yeah. And that's all I got. Hope everybody is well. Enjoying the weather as it changes. I definitely am. We have been gardening. We've been cleaning up the beds and peas are sprouting already, which is great because it's still really chilly, but they're coming up. They don't care. My asparagus is coming up. My chickens are loving it. I let them out every now and then out of their run so they can forage around the yard and dig up my weeds that I let them get into. But anyway, hope to get back on here more regularly. It is a lot for me to be able to do this and be a mom, but you know, if I want to do it, I need to just do it, and I need to be more consistent. And Haley hopefully can do that as well as life starts to settle down a little bit.